Welcome to the Porn Reboot podcast, where you get practical tips to gaining control over your porn or sex addiction. We help ambitious men end their out-of-control sexual behavior with pornography, sex, and masturbation so that you can maximize your life, perform at your potential, and remain in control in the driver's seat, which is where you have to be in order to gain or maintain the success you want in life. I'm your host, J.K. Emezi, certified sex and porn addiction recovery coach. Welcome to the episode.
Hey brother, have you ever sat alone at the end of the day with your wife asleep beside you, or maybe no one at all, staring at your phone or your laptop and feeling like a shell of your former self? Not sad, not angry, just empty. No real motivation, no drive, just feeling out of it. A dull ache that never seems to go away, at least not long enough. And you know what I'm talking about. You feel like you're going through the motions at work. Conversations with people feel shallow. Even when your partner touches you, it barely registers. You can't remember the last time you were genuinely excited about something. And it terrifies you because this isn't who you used to be. You were once focused, alive, hungry, but now you're tired, uninspired, and secretly ashamed. Maybe you're telling yourself it's just stress or burnout or perhaps the season of life you're in, but deep down, you know that something's off. And I'm going to say the thing that perhaps no one else is saying. Your porn habit is not just a bad habit. It is the root of that heaviness in your chest. It's why you feel numb and alone, even when you're surrounded by people. It's the quiet thief stealing your joy, confidence, and mental strength. Let me break this down simply. Porn isn't just screwing with your sexuality. It is wrecking your mental health. Men come to me lonely, anxious, and unmotivated, but they don't connect the dots to pornography. They think they just need to grind harder or man up or get through the week. They blame their marriage, their job, or they say that they're just wired that way. But when I dig deeper, when I peel back the layers, porn is almost always there at the center of it. You're not just tired. Pornography has desensitized your dopamine system, making everyday life feel flat and joyless. And you're not just anxious. You've been medicating anxiety, especially around your relationship, around women, around your work and money, with pornography since you were a teenager. You're not just lonely. You've been isolating yourself and cutting off true emotional connection for years because pornography became your safe, shame-filled bubble. You've trained your brain to find comfort in pixels and fantasy instead of people and purpose. And now, that training is running your life. Porn addiction is not just about being too sexual. It's not just about urges or lust. It's about pain avoidance. It's about medicating your emotions with orgasm. Every time you feel anxious, you edge. Every time your wife rejects you, you watch something extreme. Every time life feels too heavy, you say, just a few minutes, just one video, just one. And what started out as stress relief has now become your default escape from pain. Think back. How many times have you avoided difficult conversations with your partner by numbing out with pornography, or stayed up late edging because you felt anxious about work? Did you even know it was connected to work anxiety? Or skipped a social event because it's easier to stay in your cave and get a quick fix? Brother, that's not just coincidence. That's conditioning. I'll say it again. You are conditioning your brain to respond to discomfort with pornography. And the result is you feel disconnected from your wife or your girlfriend. You don't initiate anymore because you fear rejection, or worse, because you feel nothing. You can't even focus at work because you're mentally foggy, drained, and addicted to short-term dopamine hits. You stop reaching out to friends, avoid eye contact with strangers, and silently retreat from life. Porn is not harmless. It's silent, but it's strategic. It's slowly robbing you of everything that makes you a man. And I'm not judging you because, as you already know, I live that life. I use pornography to avoid the pain of being abandoned as a child. And by abandoned, I mean that my parents were so busy, they ended up separating, and I just never felt that they were there for me. I had to figure things out on my own. I used alcohol in my teenage years and my early 20s to silence the voice that told me that I wasn't good enough for women. I pretended to be confident. I pretended to be spiritual and have it all together. But deep down inside, I was a mess. And I've coached thousands of men just like you. Husbands, fathers, pastors, entrepreneurs, engineers, artists, men who built empires in their careers, but who were crumbling on the inside. Men who tried willpower, filters, confession, cold showers, even church accountability groups. And they all hit the same wall because they never addressed the emotional roots of their addiction. They never learned how to deal with anxiety without running. They never confronted the loneliness that drives them to pixelated pleasure. They never rebuilt their self-image after years of secret shame. So I'll just shoot straight with you. If you're waiting to feel ready to quit porn, if you're waiting to magically wake up motivated and happy one day, if you're hoping that a new job, new supplement, or new book is going to fix this, you're lying to yourself. And I say that with all the love in my heart because I've been where you are and I wasted years playing that game. You need help. You need structured, tested, ruthless accountability with a proven process. And more importantly, you need to heal, not manage, not cope, not suppress, heal. That means learning how to feel again without pornography, learning how to talk to your wife without guilt, learning how to sit with discomfort without reaching for escape. This is your inner war. And if you're not fighting it, brother, you are losing ground every day. And let me tell you what will happen if you don't act now. If you keep living half alive, you'll watch the years pass and realize that you never showed up fully for your marriage, for your kids, for yourself. You'll slowly lose your edge, your passion, your masculinity. And one day, you'll wake up and realize porn didn't just waste your time, it stole your life. Don't let it. This is your wake-up call. Use the link in the description of this video to schedule a free call with my team today. This is not therapy. This is not addiction recovery. It is an alternative to that. This is not whining in a group. This is not a pity party. It's for men who are done being victims to their own mind. It's for men who are ready to finally face their emotional pain head on, to learn the skills to live free, powerful, and connected without needing pornography to get through the day. And I want you to know that I know that it is hard, but so is staying stuck. So choose your hard. One leads to freedom, the other leads to despair. And you are not broken, by the way. You are not weak, and you are not alone. You're a man who's been carrying this burden silently for far too long, and it's time to drop the weight. Book a call with me today, and I'll see you on the inside.
I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Porn Reboot podcast. I'll speak to you later on in the week. If you found this episode helpful, here are 4 ways I can help you with your out-of-control sexual behavior for free. The first way is to grab a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men at elevatedrecovery.org, or visit the link in the description below this episode. The second way is, if you're not sure where to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, if you'd like to spend time with like-minded professionals and business owners who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot group on Facebook. There's a link to join in the description below this episode. The third way is if you need help right now because you have a burning issue, your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally or emotionally, you're about to lose your relationship, you want to live up to your potential, be an authentic man, and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this episode that says free coaching call. And the fourth way is to leave us a 5-star review if you enjoy this podcast, so that we can reach more men who are struggling in silence and bring back the lessons we learn from coaching them to freedom.